I think it's better on your computer.
I do cloud. Okay, it's recording, Carl.
All right?
Okay, now I'm gonna hit the Instagram live. Okay, and don't forget to ask me, Carlos.
Yes.
Don't forget to ask
We are
me.
live.
Are we live?
Yes.
Okay, oh my God. So I'm gonna press this live too.
Okay. Since there is a person, I'm going to have a conversation with Marieta Oslanec. She's a lawyer who wrote this book, Love is the Law. Hello, Denise. And how on earth a lawyer is talking about this deep subject of love and conditional love and other things? I just read the book. I have no clue until I talked to her a few days ago. Marieta,
Carlos, I am about to, let me just share this. I
yes,
want to share it with my Facebook so people can see it. All right, cool. I can see myself. You are genius. I just want to say because you are super genius who
did you
is
see all the
able to
things?
put this, I don't know, this production together. I don't know how you do this, Carlos, but I think you are genius. That's my understanding.
Okay, Marieta,
Yes.
what are you doing? So can we
I
start?
don't think, I'm sorry. I just put on this Instagram and a little
Okay.
bit messy. Anyway, okay. So how did I write the book? Well, the book found me. I didn't really decide one day, oh, I'm gonna write a book. It was almost like natural decision based on internal calling. The one day I just felt like I need to put the thoughts or the stream of consciousness on the paper because the consciousness or the universe was speaking through me and it was calling me to write a book. So I just trusted and that's what I did. And this happened right after a very, very, very painful breakup when I found myself totally done. And not only emotionally, but also financially, because I sort of lost the company that I co-created with this person, and I was just done with my back then life, sort of to speak. Obviously, I wasn't done, but it felt like I was done. I was just mentally, financially broken,
And your
and
heart broken.
yes, my heart was completely broken, and that was actually when I sort of got the inspiration flowing through me in one of the meditations. It was almost like this voice was speaking to me, and I had a vision of empowering people. It was just a vision, and I had no idea like how can I empower someone? I'm totally heartbroken and financially broke, like I was done, like on so many different levels. So, but yeah, it's the source, it's the universe speaking through us, especially in time when we are heartbroken, and those are the moments when the heart is cracked open, and through the crack, the universe can speak to you. Otherwise, we are too stubborn sometimes, some of us, to listen.
Well,
So that's how it happened.
yes. I, I had an important question. I just forgot. Mm, oh my goodness, it was a very important question.
It's okay, it's gonna come back to you. I feel like if it's that important, it's gonna find a way.
Um, oh, yes. Your book release was yesterday.
Yes, yes. The book launch was yesterday, and I believe it's still today. It's happening, and people still can get the book. There is a promotional price, $2.99 for Kindle version. And if somebody is interested, they can just go to loveisthelovebook.com. And it was crazy, Carlos, because yesterday many of my friends and
Look,
family people
look.
who were ordering, they actually had challenged to order the book because, believe or not, I was actually sharing the Amazon link, but I was sharing it with people who are living outside of United States, and sometimes I don't know why Amazon just didn't function properly. So I was challenged on top of everything, and some people could not order the book, and it was just Amazon was saying the title is not available. So it was because probably that Amazon was not able to redirect in their home country. The
But
book is available everywhere.
yeah, but
Just
to me, the important thing is remember now the video is cut in your head. So the important thing is a day before, it was, no, 2 days before the release of your book, you told me, Carlos, I am crazy. I am revealing my life and tell everything about me in a book. I think I am nuts. Well, those things happen before we do something great. How do you feel now that your book is out there and all these people knows about your life, the mistakes that you made, and how did you learn, and how you're helping people to improve your life? How do you feel that your life is in public?
well, I feel so so honored to be able to, first of all, share my story, and the way it has been received is just kind of mind blowing, you know. Like I wasn't sure if this is the right thing to do because, you know, I'm still lawyer, you know, running my business, and I was afraid that people would judge me, you know, what kind of lawyer are you? Writing what is the law? Who are you to talk about universal laws? You know, I was afraid, and I wasn't sure if that's the right thing. So 2 days ago, I was scared. I mean, I was literally about to cry because I was terrified.
I believe you did.
I know I'm smiling now, but I know
So,
it. You know that it wasn't smooth, and that is, you know, like even today I share this post, you know, sharing with the communities I'm in, and just sharing vulnerably how I felt. And it took me 5 years because it took me 5 years. First of all, because I was afraid to publicly talk about my failures, my pains, my struggles, and so on. Second, I was not ready to talk about what's inside of my book because I was myself going still through those challenges, you know. So after I wrote the book and, you know, my heart was bleeding, I was definitely not ready to talk about breakup back then, which was 6 years ago. Now I'm totally comfortable talking about breakup. And back then I was financially broke, so I was not comfortable speaking about wealth and abundance because because it would feel like I'm a fraud, you know? So I took all those years to work on myself, you know, build a company and created a life that is a reflection of my state of mind. And that is exactly what the book is teaching. It's teaching you to trust universe. It's teaching you to apply these different laws so you can sort of create the life, not sort of, I call it activate your genius. Before you create a life, you need to activate the energy, because all we do is basically the universe just responds to who we are, to the energy that we are. And so it is about the activation of your genius, because we are all geniuses inside of us. We are amazing, perfect, powerful. All we need to do is just awaken that potential. So that is sort of what I did. I applied these laws into my life. I was working hard, you know, did a lot of internal work, different silence retreats, a lot of hours of meditation, took different programs, courses, you know, and I'm still on my own journey. Like, this is never ending, I believe.
just tell me what is the role that meditation played in your life, in your
Yes,
healing?
yes, that's a great question. Meditation, I feel like that's the number one tool. And at the end of each chapter, I'm actually recommending. Every chapter has exercises that are probably more important than anything else in the book. Because, by the way, hi Instagram. Because, you know, if you just read the book and you don't apply these exercises, it's not really, nothing is going to change in your life. You have to work on yourself every day. And meditation is the ultimate tool, the ultimate tool that helped me to connect with myself. That's the tool where it's a tool that helped me to activate that genius, right? The way you activate yourself is through there are different modalities, different ways, but definitely meditation is the ultimate tool to get to know who you are. And in fact, the word meditation even means, I don't know exactly if it's to get familiar with or to get to know yourself or something along those lines. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what I learned from meditation. When I was in my 20s, I started meditating when I was 18. I went to a regular dictionary back in Argentina that is equivalent to the Western, very well-known dictionary, and says, meditation is the art to focus all your attention to know God. The thing is this, what is God? God is a higher power, God is energy. And when we have that connection that you talked in the other interview that we did, when we have that connection, the inspiration comes. And the
Yes.
genius comes.
Yes, exactly. So meditation is it's a wonderful tool to connect with God, source, universe, whatever you call it. And through meditation, you are accessing higher level of consciousness, and you are connecting with your higher self, with your guides, or whatever you're calling. You are tapping into quantum field, and from that place, you are creating. You cannot create from the outside reality like many people think, and I used to think also. For example, if you're looking for love, we waste time searching for love, and I know I'm speaking from my own experience, and everything is in my book, all the stories. That is the principle of looking for something outside of you. The truth is that it's not outside of you, it's inside of you. So how do you in order to find love in your life or call in love, you have to activate the frequency inside of you. And how do you do that? Well, you tune into higher level of frequencies through meditation practice. So that is exactly what you said, and that's the place where we are all one. We are connected, and that's the place of wholeness, unity, right? So meditation saved my life, Carlos, and also in a physical way. Also, I mean, there was a time when I ended up basically suffering with severe panic attacks because I just worked so hard, and the high achiever personality. I thought that I can, go through the wall. And I can't go through the wall. Maybe in different dimension, not in this 3D material reality. And so I would exhaust myself to the point that I would have a severe burnout, and that ended up with panic attacks. So, that panic attack, I mean, it's almost like you're dying. You feel like you're dying. And so I ended up in a hospital. There was a doctor who told me, I'm not going to prescribe any pills to you. You're good. You just need to heal yourself. And I was like, what? So then I did. I mean, I did another silence retreat, 10 days in silence. We meditated, I don't know, 15, 14 hours a day. And I remember day 4, full-blown panic attack, right as I was sitting on the mat, full-blown panic attack. But then I was just observing as it comes, and I decided there that, what, if I'm going to die here, okay, be it, I'm going to die. And believe or not, but by act of observing from the alpha state what's happening in your body, I healed myself right there. So, and I experienced also, I healed myself from chronic bladder infection like that through meditation. And same thing with the chronic lower back pain. So basically, I experienced this healing ability that I have within me already 3 times. So I do know, and I do believe that we are incredibly powerful, and we are healers. We are just not being activated. These healing powers are not being activated.
Well, can I tell people that you are exploring energy healing, doing it yourself? Can I?
Yes, please.
So, tell me a little bit your experience. You have a group where people get together to do distance healing. Why do you do that? Do you believe on that woo-woo thing?
First of all, it's not woo-woo. Second of all, I understand if somebody thinks it's woo-woo. Recently, I attended Dr. Joe Dispenza advanced retreat, and I learned that, well, that first of all, that was mind-blowing in terms of the evidence that my analytical mind perceived in terms of being able to see how many people can actually heal themselves, and actually, seeing the evidence, which is, I think, important. And that evidence was just so powerful. It has powerful impact over me, and I felt that I was called to create this small group. And it just feels right. And so we started to do the co-heal group meditations, and then there is another group here in LA where I live, and it's just incredibly powerful to see people getting together and healing another human being with pure love. And by witnessing pure love and by witnessing this healing process, it has such profound, heart-opening effect on me that, yeah, that's the reason I'm exploring this area. And I got my reality, and it's just incredible. You good? I can hear.
Yeah, how it happening? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying, yeah. So that's happening, and then I believe like 3 months ago or 4 months ago, I did my first Reiki healing level 1 certification, and it was pretty much very similar experience. I'm just being called to do whatever I'm called to do. I do. I don't really think much about it because my heart knows better. And there is a law of intuition in my book that is so important for people to follow. And I feel like the more analytical we are, the more difficult it is for us to sometimes take the right path, because we take detours because we are afraid and we analyze too much.
Now,
And again, I'm speaking from my experience. So.
what does it mean to have an open heart? Many people talk about that, but I believe that at least have 50% of the people that talk about open heart, because they are my friends or were, they don't know what is an open heart. What is for you an open heart? How people will know that they really truly have an open heart?
Carlos, I think you feel it.
Yeah.
And, you can't really think about it. You feel if someone has open heart towards you. Maybe they have open heart towards their, pets or babies, maybe not towards adults for whatever reason. They're afraid. I understand that totally. But the thing is that if someone has open heart, you just know, you just feel. And that is, it's pure unconditional love. And that can only come from a place of if the individual heart is healed, right? And because we are scared, people are experiencing fear on a daily basis, we are afraid to open up and love. But the truth is that we can only love to the proportion of the amount of self-love we have within our heart. So in other words, if your heart is broken, if your heart is bleeding right now, it's very hard for you to love someone. It's very hard for you to open up and to show love. And so as a result, what you're gonna do, you're gonna project this pain towards other people. Again, there is a law of mirror in place. And you might even do it subconsciously. It's not intentional, right? So that's why it's so important to be aware of this and to forgive people if they are projecting the lack of love or the hurt or the fear towards us, because that's just a reflection of them. And on the other hand, the more we love ourselves, the more we have and cherish the connection with universe that is pure love, the more we understand our true nature, the more giving we become, and the more we open the heart. And then we go from this place, from place of open heart, and that place is oneness, and it's all about serving. So the more your heart opens, you just want to give, because that's the natural thing. That's the most natural thing you want to do when your heart is open.
It's to give.
And you can only feel it. You just feel it. When your heart is open, it's a beautiful state. It's a beautiful, loving state, and it's the most natural state for humans. Unfortunately, we are just programmed to, you know, to protect our heart. And yeah. And again, like, I'm not saying you should let other people abuse you, because that's another story, right? There is a lot of assertivity in the book as well, talking about setting boundaries, healthy boundaries, especially if you are dealing with people who are, not necessarily loving beings. Everyone is loved deep down. It's just, the question is, can we help them activate love, and how? And if you do that, make sure that you do have boundaries. Otherwise, you are lowering your vibration by their vibration affecting your vibration. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I appreciate from your book is that all those things, most awakened people or people who have been in the spiritual path for a while, we know about that. However, you have them all in one place. So I found very, very useful that you go there and you have, I don't have the chapter here. Oh, well, I can get it. But why don't you talk about the different laws? Because your book is called Love is the Law, but each chapter is called the law of assertivity,
Yes.
the love of the law of love, the law. I just don't remember. So
Okay.
read some of them.
Okay, sure. So
The index.
the
The
index. Okay, this
yeah,
is the table of content, guys.
yeah.
And
I should
here we
bring
go.
it.
Instagram friends. Some people are asking, what are you talking about? What's the topic? It's my book launch. Love is the law is the topic. So, okay, the first law, the law of imagination. Then there is law of self-love, law of intuition, law of flow, law of authenticity, law of duality, law of attraction, law of alignment, law of balance, law of circulation, law of mirror, law of one, law of being, law of self-healing, law of change, law of vibration, law of non-attachment, law of quantum leap, law of open heart, law of assertiveness, and law of love.
Now, I would like to hear a little bit about the law of non-attachment. What does it mean for you?
To be the best attachment is to be detached
From what?
from everything else, because everybody is just reflection of you, in other words, which is like in a deeper level, because we are all one and we are all connected. We are part of the same source, same field. We are swimming in a quantum soup, in other words. So the law of attachment works like this. It's a very important law, I think, because if you understand the manifestation process, like all the law of attraction books talking about, the most important piece, I believe, is the last step, which is the attachment, letting go of the attachment. So the law of non-attachment is the entire subject on this topic, how you actually detach yourself and why you should detach yourself. Because if you are attached, in other words, you are questioning the outcome, or if you are attached to a person in unhealthy way, in other words, you controlling the person. Let's say you have a relationship, and there's many codependent relationships. These partners are controlling each other. Well, guess what? Love is freedom. Love is trust. So there is no need to control each other in relationships. And if you are attached to each other in an unhealthy way, you're trying to control each other lives in unhealthy way. It's coming from place of insecurity, place of lack. And again, it goes back to the oneness. We are all one. And if you're coming from the place of separation, you have lack of trust. Or if you want to manifest new job, for example, if you don't trust that you can manifest this job, you are sort of breaching this law of detachment, in other words, because you don't trust that you can manifest it, you are separating from the outcome. The only way for you to create whatever it is you want to create is to become one with the outcome. In this case, one with the job that you want to create. If you want to manifest more money, you need to become one with money. You need to vibrate the frequency of money. You need to be money. You need to embody money, right? If I want to make successful launch here with this book, with this baby, I need to make sure that I am vibrating the frequency of this baby, which is called love is the law. It has nothing to do with forcing things. It has nothing to do with executing things like, Carlos, you asked me yesterday. Should I share this? Or should I not? Anyway, the bottom line here is that whatever you are working on, there is no need to be attached to the outcome if you are vibrating that frequency. In other words, you already act, you already feel, you already breathe like it's already here in your reality. You're living that reality. That's when you remove the separation, which is the illusion of separation again. And you go back to oneness. Now, that is the moment you're going to manifest it. So why on earth would you be so attached to the outcome if you already know that it's already here in your life? There is no need to be attached. And because of that, detachment is the best attachment. And the attachment itself is causing unnecessary suffering.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you mention in a relationship, when there is the control, the suspicions and things like that, the relationship becomes hell.
Yes, I
right?
think so.
And a business relationship, a friendship, a family, any kind of interaction, communication with two people, if we have all this, not just attachment, but the toxic emotion. Anyway, Marieta, what else would you like to inspire people who may be seeing the video? From all the laws, what is the most important for you? You have to be vulnerable now.
Let me see. Let me look at the table of content, because I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah. Don't tell me like the other time. I don't remember.
I mean, I think every law is equally important, Carlos. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every law is equally important. Because of that, there are universal laws, right?
Yes.
But for me, I guess I'm a big fan of law of open heart. I'm a big fan of law of open heart, because if all of us can have open heart, imagine the world we would live in.
Yep.
Imagine the reality we would create together. People would just love each other, and they will be serving from a place of love. And at the same time, we still need to have boundaries. That's the other side of the coin, right?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need to have the boundaries.
But when you relate to people, you know that people are not thinking, what is in there for me? What is
Yes.
it that I can take advantage of this situation? Just give.
Yeah, well, and that is so important you said that, because I feel like collective consciousness is moving to the place, or we already arrived there, where it's the fifth dimension, which is governed by love. And so, because we are moving there as a humanity, we are evolving to this new place of being. It's important to follow the law, and the law in that reality is governed by the law of love. And so if we want to sort of survive the changes, we need to start applying this law in everything, even the way we run businesses. So if, for example, you are running your business from a place of, again, separation, from a place of lack, greediness, it's coming from your ego, which is the illusion of separation. So no wonder the business is not flourishing, because it cannot survive in new age. The new age is governed by this different level of consciousness, which is the love consciousness, I call it. And so if you are not vibrating on that level, number one, number two, automatically, if you're coming from greed and lack, automatically that already shows that you are disconnected from that frequency. And that being said, you're not going to be able to create the successful company or business, because the businesses that are going to thrive in this new age or the 5D consciousness are businesses that are serving from their heart. In other words, unconditionally serving humanity. Now, again, let's talk about law of circulation, chapter 10. Just because you're serving from your heart and this is unconditional business doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go broke. This is very important, because actually many people in a spiritual community, they might mistaken this for something like, I'm serving from my heart, but I'm not going to receive. Well, here is what I feel about this. You are serving from your heart. You're giving the best you can from your heart to your clients, but at the same time, you love yourself enough to receive back. If you have a blockages in terms of receiving money, which is again just form of energy exchange, right? It's a tool, energy exchange tool. You are not living in abundance, and you're hurting yourself. So there has to be the balance between giving and receiving, right? You give, but you also let yourself receive. Do not feel bad for receiving. Does this make sense?
Oh yeah.
And it's perfectly okay to receive in the monetary value if this is all they can do for you, your clients, for example, right? If you have evolved clients, quote unquote, I don't want to insult anybody here, but in terms of the energy vibration, you can exchange the service maybe, right? Because you're giving and receiving. There has to be the balance again, the law of circulation. But if you are someone who is just giving and you're not receiving, and then you feel bad, of course you feel bad. I mean, the universe loves you. You let that universe to deliver to you as you are giving freely and from your heart. But there has to be balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is this concept in especially the healers when they start practicing, because they have this love and this natural tendency to give, they have the challenge to receive. So, and we all learn that. So this is important, but again, it comes to balance.
Carlos, sorry that I cut you off. I totally understand that. And it happens usually to people who are empath and healers, and they are givers. But the thing is that you can only give out of yourself if the cup is full.
Exactly.
So if you are struggling financially, you cannot pay your bills, how on earth are you going to serve? Then you are actually tapping into blockages on your second chakra level, I believe, which is the safety, security. You're gonna be blocked there. How can you possibly create and give if you are blocked because you don't feel safe and secure? So again, it goes back to that balance. It's okay to receive. It's absolutely okay. Let yourself receive, especially if you are serving from your heart. And again, you know what? I believe that this is the time for communities and for people to literally make money. It's time for us who are genuine, who are serving humanity in the most authentic way to make the most money, because these are the people who most deserve it. If that's the energy exchange, these are the people who deserve it. We do deserve this, you know what I mean? So let's just remove the blockages, let's remove the limiting beliefs, and let's apply the law of circulation, because now is the time for people who have pure heart to level up their games and become millionaires. 5D Entrepreneurship, my new program.
All right. I want to clarify again that term 5D means the spiritual world. That's what I mean. Have the consciousness of the spiritual world to act from that spirit knowledge. Because we need to have the knowledge from here, not from here. We have to live that. And again, if we don't have the cup full of love, we cannot love. Huh?
Yes. Amen.
All right, Marieta. I don't know if you want to say anything else. I would like to highly recommend this book. It's at $2.99 in Amazon. It's a gift. However, I love the real book because I highlight, I put tags, so you can have that not just in the electronic device. I love to have books. I have my home full of books. And I highly recommend you. I don't know anybody who could not use your book, even myself.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. It's $2.99 on Kindle ebook. The regular price for the hard copy is $99, I believe. It's $20. The paper is $18, and the Kindle is $2.99 for 48 hours. Now, I decided, Carlos, that I want to help people really with this book. Like, I don't need to keep this book honestly at home. Like, I don't need to have, this book in my bookshelf. So what I want to do, if there are still people who, for whatever reason, cannot afford to buy the book, or they just, there might be some countries like, for them $5 it's a lot of money. And if they're struggling with heartbreak, or maybe financially struggling, or they have some health issues, anybody who is, or maybe you have a friend who is suffering with heartbreak, you can just email me. Either you can email me at marieta@loveisthelaw.com, or find me on Facebook and direct message me, or even on Instagram, direct message me. And I can, and send me email of this person, and I'm going to just donate the book, and I'm just going to gift it to whoever is in need, and they need support and love and little bit of inspiration to activate their genius, so I can help. So I can do that, but I believe that $3, it's incredibly affordable. It's available for 48 hours now, and you can simply go to loveislawbook.com and just get it there.
The other thing is a great gift. Oh my God, it's a phenomenal gift. I mean, if somebody gets to this book, and I'm pretty sure it will change their life, that's priceless.
Absolutely.
All right, Marieta. What else do we need to say, people?
I think we covered. I think we're good. I think they just need to start reading the book and
practice.
And practice. And I also want to say that, if they go and they read the book, if they need to go deeper, they want to work with me, they can find, there are links, they can actually enroll to Love is the Law workshop, and they can work with me if they need additional guidance. But the bottom line is really that everyone is powerful and everyone has the resources inside of them, but they just need to activate it, and they need to believe in themselves. Because I'm not here to really do anything for people. I'm just a regular girl from Slovakia who moved to US with $300, had a dream, and the rest is in the book. But the bottom line is that I'm not special. Like, everyone can do this, Everyone has the potential inside, and I just want to emphasize this because we are all very powerful geniuses.
Mm-hmm. Well, for being a lawyer and writing that book, I think you're not that regular. You're very special, Marieta. It was a pleasure to do this again, and I'm not going to even wish you good luck because your story is incredibly inspiring. Hmm?
I got it.
It's going to be fantastic.
Thank you so much, Carlos. You are amazing. Thank you.
All right. Until we see each other soon. Let me finish the